yo, it's your boy Sean Puff. I'm here with my brother from another mother, Sean, and this is the Sean and Shawn Show.
Good evening, everybody.
Man, finally, after all this time, we're finally in the air together. We've written tons of articles. Everyone loves our articles. Now you get to see our pretty faces on for about 40 minutes.
I'm nice looking. We're good.
Do you have your beer, though? That's the question, because I didn't have beer today, but I got wine with me. And I got these alcohol-filled cherries. They're pretty freaking awesome.
Oh, there we go. No, I got Sonic. We're good.
That works. Well, we got a great show for you guys tonight. We got a lot to run down. This is our first time on the air like this, and we even haven't had a written article in a long time either, I feel like.
No, it's been a while. It's been a long year. This year is not starting off well for us, but we're gonna do the audio thing, we're gonna do the video thing, we'll see what happens, and we'll put words down on paper eventually. We'll get back to it.
Fact. Well, let's start this out. So here, let me just tell you guys what we're gonna do today. So we're gonna run down a quick TakeOver review for you. We'll touch on what happened after that on NXT, as we're recording this right after NXT goes off the air. Then we're going to give you a quick preview of WWE Elimination Chamber, which is this weekend. And then we got a bunch of news that we're going to throw at you before we get out of here. So sit down, grab a beer, roll something up if that's what you feel like doing. I won't be doing it on air. And get ready, because we got a good show for you.
I'm ready. I'm excited. Let's do it.
So let's start off right here with the TakeOver review. I love TakeOver. I feel like there was a couple, at the beginning of this pandemic that we were kind of like, it was all right, but it kind of didn't hit on all cylinders. I feel like this TakeOver, they were back, they were on all cylinders, and everything just went very well for this show. I loved the whole thing.
I agree. It was about 25 in a row. TakeOvers were awesome, and then they started to peak and go down a little bit, and the whole pandemic thing, it all started to kind of slide. But last Sunday, their TakeOver, it was start to finish. It was probably the best TakeOver in at least 6 months, if not longer. It was wonderful. It was great. It set up new stuff. It answered questions. Every match was great. There's nothing you can really ask for. It was just great wrestling for 2 hours, 3 hours.
3 hours, yeah. It was awesome. I enjoyed it so much. My girlfriend actually was drunk and decided to go take a bath instead of watching it with me. So I just got the living room to myself to watch it, which I didn't complain about. So let's kind of run this card down and get right into this thing so we don't waste too much time here. We started off, We had the Women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Finals. Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez took on Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart. I feel like this one was just it kind of is weird that we got heel winners, but I feel like it had to go that way. I don't think it was time for Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon to be put into a title shot. So there's that.
I agree. They went in the match, with Dakota and them being heels, but even like tonight, they're kind of like the baby faces now. They were smiling and happy, and I think it's going to be very interesting. They're a better matchup for, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, excuse me. So, Shotzi's getting up there. Ember Moon's good to see her back. Shotzi didn't kill herself, which was wonderful. But, they're putting the rocket on these girls, and we're going to see what they're going to do. This could be an interesting tag team match when they come up. I'm excited about the pairing, and it'd be good. They all worked really hard. It was really... I think Dusty would have been proud. He'd have loved it.
Absolutely. So, I will say this. I think it was the worst match on the card. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was just the worst match on this specific card.
Okay. Yeah, I can see what you mean. It's like, you can have 4 A's and a B, so by default, it's the worst of the four.
Yeah, exactly. And if this is the worst match on your card, you're doing pretty damn good.
You're doing great, yeah. There's no fluff on this card at all.
Absolutely. I'd give this one, I'm going to say 3.5 Bibles.
Sure, we'll go. That sounds solid to me. 3.5 sounds good. 3 1/4, 3.5, we'll go.
Yeah.
I'm not good at math. I was told there'd be no math today, so we'll do our best.
Next up, we went into Johnny Gargano and Kushida. This match, I was kind of up in the air about what was going to happen with it. I felt like you kind of need to give Gargano this run and let him go, because he hasn't really been successful when it's come to defending titles or even just fighting at takeovers. So I feel like we need to give him a few takeover wins to kind of build his momentum up. But I also felt like Kushida has been on fire, and I really thought they were going to put the belt on him. I was surprised at the ending of this one, because I thought this was going to be Kushida's moment.
I agree. I'm a fan of 50-50 booking only when the match can go either way, so you don't know who's going to win. There's no guaranteed winner. I love how they used, they got rid of Austin Theory with what's his face, the stalker.
Samuel Shaw.
Yes.
Dexter Loomis.
Dexter Loomis, thank you. Yes. Dexter Loomis took him out, and that got rid of the way the whole thing. So the whole match, you're waiting for the interference. It didn't happen. Johnny Gargano, Mr. Takeover, has a terrible record at takeovers, but always a great showing. So he needed the win. But with Kushida, like, what do you do with him now? Where do you go from here? It's like I don't know. It's like
I think they're going to keep this feud going. I don't think this is the end of it. I think they're going to keep it going, and in the end, I think Kushida will end up getting that title.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Absolutely. He's always been great, and Johnny Gargano is great. He just, like you said, he needs the wins. He needs to go forward. He needs to be built up as the heel with the belt. And he's leaned so well into the heel. He's not a heel like Ciampa was a heel. He's arrogant and dumb to the point where he's delusional, and it's great to watch, but he's still great in the ring. It was a fun match. Absolutely. I gave it 3.75 Bibles, 3.75.
I'll agree with that. 3.75. It was about a 3.75 match for me. I'll agree with that absolutely. I just want to say, since we're gonna we'll get to NXT tonight afterwards. Next up, we had the men's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Finals, and we had MSK taking on the Grizzled Young Veterans. Another match that really could have gone either way. I love what they did though. See, I thought we were going to get the Grizzled Young Veterans winning it, just because they were there last year and they didn't win. They're the established team, and it's very rare that you get a new team that comes in and gets a push like this, especially in the Dusty Rhodes Classic, where they have historically had the winner be a thrown together team that wasn't even really anything before the Classic started. So to have them bring in these two guys, to bring in the Rascals and put them over like that, this is what they needed to do with MSK when they came in, and they did it right. It's very rare that they do shit right when they bring in these guys that were established in other companies, and they did it.
Yeah, they didn't normally the tradition of beating them down and building them back up. They just went full speed ahead with the MSK. I don't know what that stands for. I don't think we'll ever find out. I don't even care anymore.
I think it's marijuana smoking kids.
Oh, please God. That's all right. That's fine.
I like it. Marijuana smoking kids. Yeah, that's what I'm going to refer to them as. The marijuana smoking kids.
There you go. Their whole gimmick and impact was it was goofy. It was kind of fun, but they were never going to get pushed. These two put on a hell of a performance. That's the best match either one has had in a very long time. They showed what they can do. And the Grizzly Young Veterans, like I said, I felt a little bad for them. They were there last year. They could have won it, but they're not to be trifled with. They put on a hell of a match. It was just, again, bell to bell. This was a great match, great show. I'm happy for MSK. I know the Grizzly Young Veterans are still in the hunt, and they can jump on any brand. Hell, they can go to the main roster and be squandered, but they'd have great matches with everybody there too. They're definitely a team to watch.
I just don't think that we needed to see the Grizzly Young Veterans versus Oney Lorcan and what's his face right now.
Danny Burch.
Danny Burch. We saw that already in NXT UK. So we didn't need that here, I feel like. So I feel like that's why they did that. They looked at, this has been done. Let's not redo that. And then I feel like Grizzly Young Veterans will get back into this sometime down the line. Maybe against MSK. I wouldn't be surprised if we see MSK win the tag titles when they get their shots at Lorcan and Burch.
Yeah, we'll see. I gave it 3 3.75 stars again. Oh, Bible, excuse me, wrong. Sorry, Mr. Meltzer. Yeah, 3.75. I almost gave it a solid. I'm gonna go a solid 4.
I'm gonna give it a solid 4. This might have been my favorite match of the night. This match was amazing, especially for the undercard matches. This was a great match. I thoroughly enjoyed it. If you don't get to watch all of TakeOver, I suggest you go back and watch this match, especially if you like tag team wrestling, especially if you're into high flying stuff. You know me, I'm not really into all that flippy shit. So for me to say how great this was, these guys did it. And it's like you said, in Impact, they were kind of a joke. You couldn't take them seriously. So I love that they're not doing that with these guys and they're letting them show their talent. Good job all around.
Absolutely.
Next up, we had the women's championship in a triple threat match. Io Shirai, Mercedes Martinez, and Toni Storm. This was, everybody knew this was going to be a good match. Just those 3 women in there. I knew Io. I knew she was going to win. I knew Io was going to win this match. It wasn't a surprise to me. I feel like a lot of people were surprised that she held it, and they thought it was going to be Toni Storm. But I don't feel like it was the time to do that. I think we're going to get Io and Toni Storm going at it one-on-one, and if the title changes, it'll happen there. But this was a very good match. Like I said, I have no complaints on this entire card. I enjoyed this thoroughly. It was great to see Io continue her run. It's been a while, I feel like, since there's been, I guess not. I was gonna say it's been a while since we had that dominant woman champion in NXT, but there's always a dominant woman champion in NXT. So it's good to just see them continue with that and not play hot potatoes with a belt.
With Io, it's fun. They mentioned how she won the title in a triple threat match and she didn't pin the champion. They mentioned how Beth Phoenix lost a championship in a triple threat match when not being pinned. So they laid the seeds, and then and then Io just pulled it out. There was a little bit of a blunder with the table, and they shaved a couple minutes off the match. But even still, they recuperated pretty quickly. They went full head. Toni Storm is a gem coming up. Mercedes Martinez is a very dangerous competitor. She knows what she's doing, but it wasn't time to take the belt off Io yet. It's soon. It's coming. But, the women's division, NXT, is probably one of the best divisions in all of pro wrestling at the moment. And it's a lot of great matchups. And, I'm looking forward to Io versus Toni, which they started again tonight. So we'll see. But again, I'd give it, 3.75. Just because,
3.75 with you. But I do want to say, I can't blame the table for the botch. If Io was like, if Toni Storm was grabbing at me like that, my legs would buckle and I would collapse too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often, but yeah, I'm with you.
Right. No, but you got to wonder, that botch, you can't even put it on the wrestlers because it wasn't like she did anything to make that happen. That's the people that set everything up. That's someone down the line. They should maybe if you're gonna have a table spot, maybe you need to come and check the tape, like have somebody check the table before the match to make sure, hey, let's make sure nothing's got loose during the night while people have been sitting here doing stuff on the table. All it takes is a wrong hit to kind of loosen something up. They're made to collapse. So someone like put something down hard. That's probably what happened. Someone just loosened something up that shouldn't have been loosened prior. But if you had someone down there, and it doesn't have to be obvious, just right before the match starts. So when the match starts, get a couple ring crew guys to go down there and just check it out, make sure it's good. And I think you can avoid that.
No audience, they can do that.
Yeah, and I wasn't even thinking about that. With no audience, you don't even have to worry about it. So absolutely, that shouldn't have happened at all. Good point. But from there we go to the main event. Finn Balor pinned Pete Dunne. This match was great. My girl came down for this match, and she tells me she doesn't like Pete Dunne with his long. She says he needs a new gimmick, and I had to kind of explain to her his gimmick because she didn't understand what his gimmick was. And once I did, she's like, "Oh, okay. I guess now I get it. It's not that bad." Sorry, I paused for a second because my screen just popped up and said I was unstable. Did you even hear what I said?
No, I heard you said Finn Balor, and then you went frozen. I got a note here that says that your network bandwidth is low. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means anything on your end or my end. Hopefully it's recording okay.
I don't know if it's my end. Yeah, I don't know what end it was on, but it told me that my network was unstable for a moment. So, so that's probably what happened.
Has it been drinking?
So I'll repeat that.
Right.
So Finn Balor,
Yes.
right? Finn Balor, Pete Dunne. This is my girl came downstairs for this match, and she was telling me that Pete Dunne needs to switch his gimmick. And I had to kind of explain to her his gimmick because she didn't know who he was, and she just went by how he looked. And I'm like, you're mistaken gimmick and look. So I had to explain it to her, and she got it, and she was like, oh. At first, she didn't like him. By the end of the match, she's like, I really like this guy. So to me, my girl who's a wrestling fan, but she's still new into wrestling, this match caught her attention. She came downstairs and really got into it, from not liking Pete Dunne to the performance that guy put on in that match. These two went out there and put on a clinic. You want to see a good wrestling match? This was a good wrestling match. And you're always going to get that with Pete Dunne, and just the way he wrestles, his moves, and he's always trying to manipulate your joints. So really enjoyed this match. I don't think it was time for Pete Dunne to win. You got to keep pushing Balor. I think Balor is going to be taken out by Karrion Kross if he doesn't get called up to the main roster.
Okay. Finn Balor, Pete Dunne put on a clinic. 20 minutes of hard-hitting joint manipulation. They counters after counter, hard-hitting moves. They just literally, like you said, put on a clinic. 20 minutes. They took you to school. Pete Dunne did everything he could not put down the Prince. Finn Balor's not kidding when he says he doesn't watch the business watches him. And then to tap it off, at the end, you had the surprise. You had, Pat McAfee's boys come out, trying to get saved. The Undisputed Era is there, looking like everything's all hunky-dory. And Adam Cole turns on everybody. Pat McAfee was right. He was right all along. Shame on you people for letting Pat McAfee be right. I'm telling everyone for this entire time that Adam Cole is no good, and now Pat McAfee is right.
Adam Cole's the man.
Sean, I think you're frozen.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm a fan of that ending. Did you enjoy the ending of that?
I did. It was a great ending. It was not what you were expecting, and it set up for next week's, for the following storyline. It was great. It was a great NXT TakeOver ending. You want to know what happens now, and that's exactly what they left you with. It was great. You got to get the feel good ending, you got the good ending, and then you got the surprise. It was great. It was fun.
Absolutely.
Again, top to bottom, the show was wonderful. If you haven't seen it, definitely go back and see it. I give that match 4.25 stars, and I give the ending, it's an extra half a star or half a quarter star, Bible, whatever you want to call it. It's a great goddamn match.
So 4.5. I'm gonna go 4.25, including the ending. Only because I don't.
Okay.
I'll go 4.5, but if I'm going 4.5, I'm gonna raise that MSK match to 4.25. This is where I go. Because it was a really, really good match. But that MSK match, I really, really enjoyed it. And I don't think it was a half a Bible. I don't think the main event was a half a Bible better than that Dusty Rhodes tag team final. So I'll bump MSK up to 4.25 and go with 4.5 on the main event, because that ending was just phenomenal. We haven't had an ending like that where you're just like, holy shit, in a while. So it was good to have that. We're not going to give you a total Bible score. Yeah. You can do the math and figure that out on your own. I don't want to do math right now. We're right after the.
Yeah.
But anyway, this led into a great NXT tonight. And we had a lot of great parts of that. I think my favorite part was the Raquel Gonzalez whole joke.
I was waiting for the whole reference. It came in. She didn't disappoint. Thank you, Miss Gonzalez. Thank you very much.
It goes to what you're saying about them they were the faces tonight with that. That was just amazing. Everybody loved it. Everybody ate it up. really good job tonight with that. I'm looking forward to that match. I think that's going to be a really, really good match. My only downside in that segment was they didn't really do anything with MSK except have them stand off the side with Beth Phoenix and eat popcorn and watch everything go on. So they kind of turned him into kind of like a little bit of a joke right there, but it fit with what they were doing in the ring at the time. But I kind of wish we had more of the whole MSK thing with them winning, because I feel like there was not really a reason to have them out there for that segment.
Well, they're out there because they're getting their name on the cup as well. I get that, but it was really the moment for the women. They're moving their storyline forward. MSK, they got to wait for Burch and Lorcan, but they're busy and they showed later. So I can see it balanced. It was a good segment. It's worth a watch. Especially for the comments at the end. Gonzalez, she's holding her own.
Leon Ruff gets an upset victory against Swerve Scott. Man, I just feel like they just doing Swerve dirty. No, you don't agree with that? I feel like Swerve Scott deserves better than what they're doing with him, or whatever they call him now. I don't even know what they're calling him now. No,
he's Swerve Scott. I love him as Kill Shot and Lucha Underground when he came. I'm sorry?
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, yeah, you're right, it is, but
I like the idea that Leon Ruff caught him in a win, and then Swerve just got angry and just beat him down. And it's he's not a bully, he's not a cruiserweight, he's just angry, and angry always works. So they're building his character. It's gonna find a little time to get there. Took him a while to figure out what to do with Damian Priest. Took him a little bit to figure out what they're gonna do with Cameron Grimes. So it's for an opening match. It was good. It was fine. It was worth a watch.
Absolutely. I enjoyed NXT. I thought it was really good. I haven't watched AEW yet. I'm gonna watch after we're done here. But I enjoyed NXT tonight. My one thing that my one issue with the swerve that they pulled at the main event of TakeOver and where they're going with it is I kind of see it, but I kind of don't. What are you gonna do with Finn? Is she gonna be involved in this? Are we gonna get a three-way out of this in the end, or is Kyle O'Reilly gonna team up with Finn? And if so, does that mean it's gonna be Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole? If that happens, who's gonna be in the world title picture? Roderick Strong. There's so many questions with this. That's the good thing about it is there's so many ways it can go, and it keeps you involved because you have no idea what the hell they're gonna do next. But the other side of it is it's taking. I don't know what to do with it. Like, I don't like that. I don't like the fact that I can't tell anything with it. I don't know. Is it going to be Cole versus Finn again? I think we're beyond that now, and it has to be Cole versus O'Reilly. But where does Finn fit in the picture? That's the one part that I don't get, and I wish I could understand.
I like that we don't know. I like that it's not predictable. I like that they have a lot of options what they can and can't do, and it's intriguing. Like I said, I'm curious if we're gonna have some new matchups. Is it going to be Kyle O'Reilly breaking free of the Undisputed Era, or are they going to swerve and take out Finn again? It'll be a big setup just to get Adam Cole the belt again. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to Cole, Finn. Looking forward, Cole versus O'Reilly would be great as well. So we'll see. We'll see.
It's going to be interesting to see what the other guys do. We still don't know where Bobby Fish is going to sit in this.
And Bobby, the Undisputed Era one was always hurt. So he'll probably show up, and then that'd be another wrinkle. Is he going to stick with, we'll see. I like a lot of moving parts. It's interesting. I like when it's not cookie cutter. I like when we don't know. I can look at it. You see other shows, they're going to do 3-4 weeks, and sure enough, it comes out every single time. So this will be interesting. I'm curious. I like being curious.
So many moving parts. What's going to happen with Roderick Strong? He took that Pele kick to the head tonight. So is he going to go back and team with Adam Cole. He's been kind of his boy through everything. When anything goes down, he kind of like always sides with Adam Cole. So I would like to see like a Balor club with Finn Balor and Red Dragon, and maybe throw some other guy in there with them. I think that would be amazing. My only fear of that is Vince likes to fuck shit up and do stupid shit. So I could really see him saying, let's call these guys the Balor Bunch. You get it? Balor Bunch. That's good shit, pal.
Oh, please don't put that out there in the universe. Don't.
I know, right? Because he likes to listen. I feel like they listen to me, and we're gonna see Balor Bunch in 2 weeks, and I'm gonna be the blame for that shit.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we will blame you. That's not nice.
I know.
What else is on the show? Can we
next
talk a minute?
What was that?
I said, can we talk about my new favorite signing to NXT?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Mr. formerly known as Eli Drake, Mr. LA Knight, has finally come back to NXT.
How did we forget? How did that not
if
get
you
mentioned?
don't know who Eli Drake is, well, he was on there. He was there. He was on the TakeOver pre-show, and he had a little quick promo tonight. Someone showed up at his house, and he's putting everyone on notice. You know, LA Knight is here. It's game time, and he's coming. If you got gold, he's coming for it. This man can work.
You don't know who Eli Drake is? That dude, dummy. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. He's gonna be a game changer. Hopefully they use him very well. He is always a good mouthpiece. He's always good to talk. He's got a great promo. He's a great wrestler. He's a good hand, and I'm very happy that he's here in NXT.
Absolutely.
So thank you.
Absolutely.
Welcome back, Mr. Drake. Welcome back. Sorry,
Absolutely.
Mr. Knight.
Since we're talking about, before we get into previewing Elimination Chamber, let's stick with NXT for a minute, because I want to talk about, since we're talking about signings, and a lot of guys were just signed to NXT over this past weekend. And
Absolutely.
Apparently, rumor and innuendo, we all know that I kind of like, that's my realm, along with Dirt Sheet Sean over here. That's our realm,
Ooh.
rumor and innuendo. So rumor and innuendo right now is that WWE is started taping what will be NXT Evolve, is the running name for it right now. So I'd love to see it back. I hope if they bring it back, they tour the same places that Evolve was going, because from the looks of it, they're bringing in a lot of guys that were already in Evolve. They've already signed a bunch of those guys anyway. They just signed Harlem Bravado, and you probably have a list of all the guys that they just signed, but they just signed they signed Rick Steiner's kid.
Yeah.
They signed, who's that other guy? The guy that's like the next Brock Lesnar. They signed him.
Patrick Bordeaux. They signed Tayo Valkyrie just got signed. They signed a bunch of women talents from the UK and over as well. Plus these Evolve guys that they've signed that haven't even been on TV yet. I mean, there's like what 20, 30 people that we haven't even been able to see because there's only so much time. So another, the NXT for NXT is just it'd be great. I mean, I love the idea that it's Evolve. We got that whole, the Gabe Sapolsky thing going on there as well, and you got Jeremy Borash supposed to be helping out. Whatever they call it, whatever they do with it, I'm definitely on board. NXT UK are my two favorite shows of the week. I have no problem putting another extra hour or two towards another, more NXT talents coming through.
I just hope they keep it like that indie feel, though. I really do, because I go to a lot of Evolve shows, and I enjoy going to them. So I hope that I can still go to that, because I feel like if it's going to be Gabe, you got to get a lot of the guys that were already there. So I feel like if they do it right, it'll still have that Evolve feel, but with WWE production, which takes it to the next level. So I'm hoping, who knows though, again, it's all rumor and innuendo. So who knows, it might never even come to fruition as that, and they could run a completely different route with it. Who the hell knows? I mean, the network's not even going to be the network anymore. It's going to be on Peacock now. So who knows?
Well, it's gonna be on Peacock, but it's gonna be the same network. It's just gonna be a portal. You go to Peacock, and then you go to the network. They're not gonna change anything. Peacock's just getting
Except
him
you
for
don't have to
the
pay an
eyeball.
extra $9.99 a month now.
No, you're saving $5 a month. You know, for the same exact service you're already getting. And people
Oh,
aren't
no,
complaining.
no.
People
It
always want to complain.
depends. I get Peacock with my cable subscription. It's going to cost me nothing. I'm buying NJPW World with my $10 that I'm saving.
Nice. I'm gonna pay the extra $5. I can't deal with commercials. My kid just yelled at me yesterday for having Hulu with commercials. So yeah, no, I'm gonna save my money. I'm gonna upgrade. No more commercials for me. I'm done with them. I'm done.
All right, I might do that. We'll see how I feel about it. But yeah, I might get annoyed if I'm trying to watch the network. And see, I don't watch a lot of things on Peacock, so it's good. I'll feel it out at first and see how many commercials they're gonna have in the network. Is it gonna be worth me paying the $5? Because if there's not really that many commercials on the network itself, then who cares? I'm not
That's
gonna pay
$70 a year you save.
What was that?
That's $70 a year you can save.
Exactly. You know how much
Give it
beer
a
I can buy with that?
Hey, you give it to Cameron Grimes and make you some money. Apparently.
Seriously, let's touch on that really quick. I know we don't get into all that crap, but holy shit, he made out on GameStop. All this talk, and I find out he legit made a fortune on that.
Yeah, he bought. I think he said he bought it like at 13 a share, and he sold it closer to the 100. It's a lot, and he made a lot of money really quick. And it's hilarious. It's funny. They took something from real life, and they gave it to the charismatic caveman. He's the $1 million caveman. He's fun as hell to watch. He's always fun.
Yeah,
he's great. It's always fun. That video, they should play that video every week for the next 4 or 5 weeks. It is so damn fun.
I hope he reinvests in Dogecoin.
I don't care.
Why? I mean, not that I have Dogecoin or anything, but
oh yeah, no, I didn't. Yeah, that didn't sound suspect.
To the moon, let's go.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, next, let's get right into Elimination Chamber.
Yes. Quickly.
All right. So let's run down Elimination Chamber and give you a preview. My bad. Did I just like stomping all over your feet and shit? My fault.
You're good.
So let's just run this down. We got a 5-match card. Am I frozen again? Was I frozen?
I can see you moving.
All right, cool. We got a 5-match card so far for Elimination Chamber. I'm thinking maybe they'll add something, but probably not because we only have Friday Night SmackDown. We got 5 matches. 2 of them are going to be chambers, so it's going to be another short card. I like that. But let's run this all down. So we're going to get the Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship is match number 1. Don't know if it's going to be the opener, but we'll start there. We've got Drew defending against AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, Sheamus, and Kofi freaking Kingston. He's there just to be a spot monkey. He's gonna jump off his shit. Do you doubt that? Do you think he's not like that's all Kofi's there for? To jump off his shit and get pinned.
Kofi Mania was wonderful. It was organic. He had a great showing last time he's in the chamber. I don't think they're gonna do it again. I don't understand why Drew's in this match. They're saying he's been the champion for almost the entire year. He's beaten everybody. He lost the title, but he got it back. I don't understand this at all. I'm glad Miz took himself out of the match. It made no sense for him to be in the match, which just means that basically he's gonna do something and screw somebody over. And I'm so sick of the Money in the Bank. I'm so tired of it. I don't see Drew not walking out with the belt unless they do something stupid like Miz cash in and win, and then we just get more fuckery. It's main roster WWE, so more than likely that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, basically. I don't even have my hopes up for this, so we're just like, whatever, it's going to be a match. Then we've got Asuka versus Lacey Evans for the Women's Championship, which I don't understand. Isn't Lacey Evans pregnant?
No,
so she's going to fight Asuka?
Yeah.
Why? Shouldn't the match be off because she's pregnant?
People have figured out. I'm sure well, think about it. Last time Asuka was supposed to defend, go against Becky Lynch, all of a sudden Becky Lynch got pregnant. Lacey Evans got a title shot, and now Lacey Evans gets pregnant. what else is doing in here? She's got, that's a finishing move no one sees coming. Huh?
She's poking holes in condoms. No, but
Nobody's ready for
can I
this.
just say that I feel so bad for Lacey Evans' husband or boyfriend or whoever the hell he is, because you know WWE is gonna play this off like Ric Flair's the father of this child, right?
Husband.
I really like that relationship's not gonna last.
They're going to.
That relationship's gonna be messed up because of this, and it's definitely gonna happen because that's what Vince does. I don't care about this match.
I want David Flair to come out and be the father. No.
Yeah.
No. It was gonna be fodder. It was gonna be a filler match anyways.
Absolutely. Asuka's just gonna win it. It's not even gonna matter because if Lacey Evans is pregnant, she's not gonna be around. You're not gonna put the belt on her. It's a pointless match. They shouldn't even be there. Next up, we've got Bobby Lashley. Next up, we have Bobby Lashley versus Keith Lee versus Matt Riddle in a triple threat match. And rumor and innuendo is Keith Lee might be out of it because of the injury he suffered last week.
Oh, okay.
I read that this afternoon. Yeah. I read that this afternoon. That's why he wasn't at Raw. Yeah. Because he got injured.
Okay. Yeah. I don't see them taking the belt off of Bobby Lashley. It's still too soon. Especially if it's a three-way, then no, Lashley would definitely win. But if it's him versus Jake, pull the trigger. If it's a three-way, Bobby Lashley versus Lashley will take him.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to set up some type of feud between Matt Riddle and Keith Lee if they play at the triple threat stuff. Uh-oh, I lost you. Oh, you're back. Good. Whew, you were frozen.
What'd I say? What'd you miss?
Nothing. You froze when I was talking. So
Oh, wonderful. All right.
Works out great. But yeah, I don't think that I think this is a way to set up to move Matt Riddle out of that and put Matt Riddle versus Keith Lee in some type of feud and build from there. And I'm with that. Matt Riddle, Keith Lee, I watched WrestleMania weekend in New Orleans and it was fucking amazing.
Yeah. That'd be good. It'd be interesting. That'd be definitely something to watch.
From there, we've got another chamber match. We've got Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, King Corbin, Sami Zayn, Cesaro, Daniel Bryan. I was going to say Brian Pillman. Daniel Bryan, not Brian Pillman. The winner will take on Roman Reigns for the Universal title later in the night. So Kevin Owens is going to win this, in case anybody wondered.
Unless they do something screwy on SmackDown this week, I say make it Jey Uso. I want Jey to win, and then, he's like, no, I'm supposed to win, so now he's got to fight Roman, and he's gonna lose. I don't even care.
Why do you want to do it?
If it's not Kevin Owens, it's gonna be Kevin Owens. I don't want it to be Kevin Owens. I love Kevin Owens. They're gonna do it again. They have no one else. They're gonna do it again. As good as the storyline with Roman is, SmackDown doesn't have anybody to challenge Roman. That's why that's why it has to be Edge. That's why Edge has to go against Roman, because there's no one else to really do it. So we'll see. But
shit.
Yeah, this card.
I have to agree with you. I have to agree with you that I want to see Edge versus Roman Reigns. Holy shit! I don't believe I just said that. God.
That's right. Edge head. I know, it's fine.
I hate Edge. Everybody knows that. That's fine. Yeah, you're right. There's no one else to fight Roman Reigns right now. Rumor and innuendo is Christian's going to fight the other world champion. So that would be kind of cool if we see that.
No. No, thank you.
Well, what other stuff we got going on? Let's talk about some other news going on, because that's it. That's Elimination Chamber. That's all you got. The winner of that one, Roman Reigns, is going to keep the title. So none of that's even going to matter. Elimination Chamber is super filler on the road to WrestleMania this year, I feel like.
It is, and then the next month you have what, the Money in the Bank between that and WrestleMania. It's like, just eliminate this pay-per-view and just move on. Give the women pay-per-view for WrestleMania.
So Money in the Bank,
Evolution or whatever it was called.
Money in the Bank is going to be.
Isn't that in
next
April
month?
or March? I believe so. No, or is that Fastlane? I don't know. That's another wasted pay-per-view.
I feel like you can't do Money in the Bank yet because Miz still has Money in the Bank. Either that or he's cashing it in on Sunday. If Money in the Bank's next pay-per-view, Miz has to cash it in on Sunday, or sometime before Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I don't want Money in the Bank at all. To be honest with you, I hate the match. I hate the idea of it. I hate the freaking briefcase. So tired of it. I just want it to go away. And it's. I thought it was gone, and then they gave it back to Miz, and I just changed the channel. I just didn't. No more.
No, it's bad. It's the whole Money in the Bank thing. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about it. But yeah, I'm done with Money in the Bank. But what other stuff we have going on in the business right now?
Well, you're gonna go watch AEW. I'm gonna go catch up with my buddies in MLW and go to Filthy Island. I am very much looking forward to the next hour of my wrestling entertainment.
I saw the results of that, and it seemed really good. I like what MLW is doing. Let me tell you one thing I don't like about MLW right now. Why in God's name is Jordan Oliver going to fight for the MLW championship?
I don't know. Jordan Oliver has apparently bulked up to heavyweight. He still looks like he's about 25. He looks like a gas station attendant.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like no, he's not believable. I don't get it. The group he was with, Cota Brazil, is the only guy I liked, and he's gone. So yeah, no. I'm looking forward to it. Tom Lawler's always awesome.
It for you.
That roster's
really cool things.
Full of people.
There's a couple really good, cool things that happen on this that are the forbidden door has been opened. Well, MLW's got its own kind of forbidden door thing that they just put together. So you'll see that. I'm not going to ruin it for you because you haven't watched it, but you're going to see it and be like, holy shit, that's kind of cool.
Okay.
I'm check that out definitely.
All right.
Before we get on, I do want to talk about Sammy Guevara and his problems with Impact and AEW. I did hear that Chris Jericho said he's dead to him. I don't know if this has anything to do with that right now, but again, rumor innuendo is that Sammy Guevara was supposed to be in the spot of Taurus in the in Decay, and he didn't want to do it, which I don't even get how that would work.
Yeah, I mean, Sammy leaving the Inner Circle and saying he needs some time away, and then he was supposed to show up at Impact for a couple weeks, whatever, and then apparently he did not like what they had planned. He changed his flight, got there the day of taping, not the day before, and then started asking for all these changes, and Impact didn't like the way it was done, so they just dropped it. And then, but from now what we're hearing is that, everyone's okay with AEW and Impact, they're fine, everyone's working together. But and then they're like, well, the career they gave Sammy was terrible. I'm like, but you guys signed off on it. So so far, Impact has gotten nothing really out of this whole thing. The only people who've won, the Good Brothers won because they're Omega's buddies. No one else has looked good here.
I think Impact will win just because they're getting eyes on their property.
I guess. I mean, they've been around for almost 20 years now.
But they have
Impact is Impact. It's always gonna be what it is.
They have that stink of Dixie Carter that they just can't seem to get rid of, no matter what. Like people can tell you how good. You hear me talk about Impact all the time. I watch Impact a lot. And I talk about it in the chat. People still shit on them, but because they're so stuck on what happened because of Dixie Carter that. For Impact, this is good for them because it gives them a chance to be seen outside of that Dixie Carter image that they just can't seem to get away from. So even though their guys aren't really getting over on it, I think for them, they're just like, cool, it's giving us more publicity. And look, now it opened up this deal with New Japan for Impact. We had Finn Juice there this Tuesday night on Impact, and then they were shooting the shit with the Good Brothers, and we're probably going to see them go at it. So at the end of the day, this does work out for Impact because it's going to give them more opportunities to be seen in places and to get more, to accomplish more. But you're right. As far as the talent-wise, it's just burying them. So, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, I guess.
Pinning the world champion when it could have been anyone else in that 6-man tag taking the fall was just a sign to me that was just disrespectful. Unless somewhere down the line, your Rich Swann gets a pin over Kenny Omega in the ring, I never would have done that. I thought it was a bad plan, bad booking.
I don't like Rich Swann as the
if they
world
want to have someone
champion.
interfere and cause it. Oh no, but that's not the point. You don't have your champion lose. You could have had Moose got pinned. You could have had who was the third man in that match. It didn't have to be him taking the fall.
Yeah, no, you're right. They could have ended it so many
And
different ways.
That was my issue with it.
Yeah, no, you're right with that. Or you could have even had it be. You could have had it been some type of fucking finish and have some type of nonsense go on. So if you're really gonna pin Rich Swann, you can make it be something that you're like, oh wow, that's kind of bullshit that happened, and like maybe have Moose spear him and and walk out on him, and then he gets pinned, and then you're like, oh cool. The way that they did it should have happened. You're absolutely right.
Moose.
But I do want to say it would have been funny if they had Sammy come out in that god awful panda outfit that he used to wear as the third member of Decay. That would have been hilarious. I would have died laughing over that.
That's probably what they had in mind. Yeah, I don't know. That would be terrible. That panda. Oh. Well, it's only been a couple months since Sammy said or done something to sabotage his own career. So, yeah, that makes sense. It was due. I'm not surprised this happened.
Absolutely. Well,
Sammy.
I think that's it for now. I think we're kind of good until the next time we come back out here. I mean, we're not trying to keep you guys here too long. We got more wrestling to watch, and I got more beer to drink and more other things to do. And I think my girlfriend's waiting for me, so I might actually even wait on wrestling.
Oh.
I had to look at the time right now. I had to look down at the time. I wasn't looking down at what it looked like I was looking down at. I looked up on the screen and was like, oh, that looked bad. No, I was looking at my phone for the time. So just I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, this has been fun. We got to do this more often. I had a good time with this.
Me too. It was good. It was fun. I'm glad it finally happened again.
Absolutely. So, maybe next time it'll be the next time I visit Florida and we can do it in person.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see. I'm always here. I'm not going nowhere.
Well, I guess that's kind of it for us.
Hi, Sean.
Check us out next time. We'll be back sooner than later. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do a Flashback Friday. I gotta get another one up. I could do it by myself on here. I don't know if I want to do that. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Keep your eyes peeled for that, as well as I think our next show is going to be Travis and Destiny, and they're going to be talking New Japan. I believe that's the next thing we got for you. So keep your eyes peeled for that. There's going to be tons of content coming from us as we get this ball rolling and get things moving. So make sure you check us out. Also, follow us on social media. Sean, what's your social media?
I don't have social media, sorry.
Don't follow him on social media.
No.
You follow me on social media. I'm at Sean.
No, I don't want your follows. I don't need your follows. No.
Yeah, don't follow him. Follow me instead. It's the same thing. Look at us. We're like the same person. We're almost twins, for God's sake. Look at it. Come on. So follow me at Sean Puff. Check out my other podcast. I have a video podcast, but I haven't been doing that. So you can check anyone you listen to podcasts, Smarks, Spot Monkeys, and Super Kicks. Check me out there. But GodHatesGeeks.com. We still got articles up there from before. Go read some back stuff. You'll have some fun, and check us out here next time. You want to say anything before we get out of here?
No, I do not. Good night, everybody.
Peace out. Have a good one. I'm Sean. That's Sean. We'll see you next time. I gotta go
Sean too.
get more beer. Peace.